For the fourth straight week, the Gonzaga Bulldogs are on top as they lead the AP poll once again.
First two rounds, those are the toughest to pick. You have no idea where these teams.
Welcome to beautiful Marina Del Rey, California. I'm Daniel Incerpi.
A ticket to a Gonzaga game is highly coveted. The Zag spirit is unlike any other, and so are the fans. Before current students can add their own pin and their name to the list, they have some work to do.
Hello and welcome into the Martin Center. I am Daniel Incerpi.
It's the final day of State B action here in Spokane. The consolation games are wrapped up, and now it's all about who will cut down the nets.
Thank you, Kennedy. So this is a big-time issue with the election, with the debates. It's a big issue in the minds of voters.
What started out as only one bed has grown to over 20 for patients to fully recover.
Throughout our time in LA, we've seen countless examples of people who are living the mission.
I know you spent some time at UCLA and Utah, and on the recruiting trail there, what's different about when you recruit players to come to Gonzaga?
The biggest thing is,
in the homeless population in Spokane, there are people who are labeled as hotspotters. These individuals are known for treating emergency rooms like this one at Providence Sacred Heart as their primary care option. They go through a cycle of being on the streets and spending time in a hospital bed. House of Charities has worked tremendously hard to create a program that provides a place for rest, recovery, and respect. In the state of Washington, it is estimated that an average hospital stay costs $3,200. There's a cheaper alternative, one that affords the client dignity, respect, and compassion. $60 a day is all it takes to keep them off of the streets. In November of 2013, Providence and Catholic Charities opened up a respite center.
They come in, they've sometimes been beaten down a little bit, and here they're respected and cared for, and over time they actually, kind of come into themselves again. It's nice to watch.
Patrick Birch has experienced a lot of improvement in only 3 days at the respite center.
if this place wasn't here, I think I'd still be out on the streets. And I don't think I'd be recovering like I am.
What started out as only one bed has grown to over 20 for patients to fully recover. It's a system that has made tremendous improvements and will continue to make a difference in the lives of the homeless. Daniel Incerpi, GUTV.
The State B High School Basketball Tournaments.
Welcome back into the Spokane Arena. Our coverage of State B continues here on SWX. I'm Daniel Incerpi alongside Jeff Norton, and we're here to bring you the 1 versus 2 matchup here in 1B. Two teams that are also very familiar with each other. They met here in the semifinal last year. Nia Bay escaped with a 3-point victory and then went on to win the whole thing. Just talking to head coach Dean Wagner, his son Luke's been battling a bit of an ankle injury. He says he's about 80 to 90% tonight. Here's Wagner testing that bad ankle. He looks just fine there as he puts it in for 2. No, you would expect a shootout. Wagner tries it from deep and he drills it. Nothing but net, and that will force a timeout for the Red Devils. And here comes Munyagi all the way. Loses it on his way up. Looked like he was going for the one-handed throwdown. There's Munyagi on the rebound, working hard, gets it to go and draws the foul. Nia Bay an opportunity to take the lead here from the free throw line. Nia Bay able to retain possession. Doherty from deep. That's a good looking shot. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's the 1 versus the 2. Moore tries from deep. Look at that hustle. Works hard on the glass. That pays off as he puts it in. Strong move inside from Bosma. Gets it up over the defensive MVP. And back come the Red Devils in transition. Doherty, good penetration. They got a good look from the elbow. Just Kolsvek couldn't get the roll. And again, they're outrunning. Marsh from 3, the leading scorer, hits another one. Up to 13 on the night.
Yeah, you don't want to leave him. You half court or transition. You got to find where he's at. And I might make the decision, coaching, that I'm not going to help off of him anymore.
Gecko looks for the answer and he connects. Big bucket for Nia Bay there. Bosma again inside, can't get the roll. Gecko controls, and now Nia Bay can hold for the last shot of the quarter. Trailing by 4.
Doherty working the shot clock, looking to set something up.
Yeah, this is going to be for the MVP, I think, in some way.
Good penetrate, kick out to Svek. Cole Svek drills the three. Back-to-back threes for Nia Bay. And this is a ball game. It's 40-39. As we head to the fourth, the winner on to the semis. Sunnyside Christian avenges last year's semifinal loss, knocks off the defending champs Nia Bay, and they'll move on to the semifinal.
WX on KHQ starts right now.
For the fourth straight week, the Gonzaga Bulldogs are on top as they lead the AP poll once again. The Zags now sit at 28-0 after their latest victory Saturday against Pacific. The #1 ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs taking on the Pacific Tigers in an afternoon matchup in the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga trailing by 2 early. Josh Perkins drives, draws the defense, and dishes to Shemet Karnowski for a big two-handed throwdown to tie it at 7. 13 points and 18 rebounds for the senior center. Later in the first half, this time the Zags leading by 10, Nigel Williams-Goss finds a wide-open Jordan Matthews who makes the Tigers pay as he drills the triple. GU only shot 25% from beyond the arc. But the help would come on the defensive end as Zach Collins blocks the Pacific shot off of the backboard, which leads to an easy 2 in transition for Williams-Goss. The Zags led 43-30 at the break. Second half action now and more stellar defense from the Bulldogs. Matthews pokes it away and the Zags are off and running as Nigel finds Perkins for the lay-in and GU goes up by 18. Collins again on the defensive end. He had 5 blocks in this one, rejects the shot, and Nigel gets 2 more of his game-high 18. 5 Zags in double digits and another 20-point victory for the undefeated Bulldogs, who are now just 2 wins away from a perfect regular season. Gonzaga's dominance in the West Coast Conference is in large part due to the play of the University of Washington transfer Nigel Williams-Goss. After a pair of blowout wins last week, Williams-Goss was named Conference Player of the Week for the 4th time this season. Last week, Nigel torched San Francisco for 30 and was also the leading scorer in Saturday's game against Pacific with 18 points. He and his undefeated team now look ahead to Thursday's matchup on the road against San Diego. Gonzaga isn't the only basketball team in the area eyeing a deep postseason run. High school basketball teams are looking for a berth in the state championship. The winner of this one is headed to state District 5A title game with Post Falls taking on last season's champion Lewiston. Second quarter, Lewiston up 1. Riley Way drives through the lane and finishes high off the glass. The Bengals had an 8-point halftime lead. Third quarter, Post Falls marching back. Big block by Jake Fennigs, and Fennigs makes his presence felt on the other end as he knocks down the open 3. He had 12. This one would get a lot closer. Now Lewiston down by 1 in the 4th. Braden Wilson can't get the runner to the fall, but he's there for the putback to put the Bengals back in front. Under a minute to go, trailing by 3. Post Falls trying to get an easy bucket inside, but the shot is rejected by Tristan Bradley. 20 points and 5 blocks tonight for Bradley, and Lewiston makes it back-to-back district titles and have now punched their ticket to state. Loser out action in Coeur d'Alene. The winner goes on to face Post Falls, and the loser's season comes to an end. Lake City and Coeur d'Alene. Second quarter, Lake City down by 5. James Carlson drives to the hoop and scores off glass to bring the Timberwolves within 3. The Vikings going to work now on the offensive end. Sam Matheson penetrates and kicks to Joey Nacarado. He nails the 3 and Coeur d'Alene leads by 6. Late in the first half, Cole Yankoff gets his hand in the passing lane and takes it himself, finishing at the other end with the lay-in. Vikings would go on to win this one 61-51. Hockey season is beginning to wind down. With just a month left to play in the regular season, the Spokane Chiefs are currently outside of the playoff picture. The Chiefs are in the midst of a 6-day break, and they have their sights set on chasing down Portland and Victoria for the final playoff spot in the Western Conference. As the basketball and hockey regular seasons come to a close, baseball season is quickly approaching. One team with high expectations coming into this season, the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners' full squad workouts are in full swing in Peoria, Arizona. Last year's team just missed the playoff berth, and this season, the M's are back to work as they look to end a 16-year playoff drought. After some offseason acquisitions, Expectations are again quite high for the ball club. Some may feel the pressure, but this team says it's just another part of being a major league ball player.
In what we do, we play a game. You know, it is a game, and it's guys get rewarded very handsomely.
The Mariners open spring training play on Monday.
But before that date in Moraga, their week started here in Los Angeles as they took on the LMU Lions.
The #1 team in the land fired up to take on the LMU Lions and fired up for the return of their leading scorer, Nigel Williams-Goss. Early in the first half, Williams-Goss making his presence felt as he drives baseline, draws the foul, and finishes the reverse layup. Zag fans loving the effort they see from the nation's #1. More from Williams-Goss, this time as a facilitator, as he finds Killian Tilly with a long outlet pass. The freshman scores. Tilly had 11. Now LMU knew they needed to play a perfect game to have a shot in this one. Peter Herman going inside early, gets the jump hook to go over Karnowski to keep the Lions within 5. More from LMU as this time they try it from beyond the arc as Boy Toch drills the 3. LMU shot 42% from distance. But more Williams-Goss to end the first half. Nigel takes the rebound, weaves his way through the entire LMU defense for an easy 2. 19 points and 11 boards for the Wooden Award candidate, and the Zags led 50-28 heading into the locker room. LMU played tough in front of their home crowd, but it was too much Gonzaga. LA native Jordan Matthews takes the steal, goes coast to coast for the lay-in, taking full advantage of playing in front of his family and friends. 5 Zags in double figures in this one. Now the exclamation comes off of a beautiful dish from GUTV's Ryan Edwards to Rui Hachimura for the slam, and the Gonzaga Bulldogs sit at a perfect 25-0, but they have a lot more that they want to accomplish.
You know, I feel like we've had a lot of success, and maybe we just haven't caught the breaks that other teams have had that have gone to the Final Four.